So you can see once again here refracts angular dispersion and dispersive power. Angular dispersion and dispersive power. Now all of you see here, when a ray of white light fall upon the surface AB, it is falling upon the surface AB. This is the normal. And this is the original direction of incident ray. So as we know that red color ray of light deviates less and violet is deviating more. It's clear. This is the white light. So here suppose the red color ray of light goes like this. And this is the violet. When they will fall upon the surface AC, so here there will be the dispersion as well as refraction on surface AB. Both things are taking place. Dispersion plus refraction. Dispersion occurs because of refraction. But here on the surface AC, there is only refraction. There is only refraction. So once again here red color will deviate less. Suppose it is deviating by this side. This is the red color emergent ray. Now you produce this red color emergent ray in the backward direction. So you can see here, this is the original direction of incident ray. This is original direction of incident ray, and this is the red color. It's clear. So this is the angle of deviation for red color, and this angle will be equal to this. Why? Because they are vertical opposite. They are vertical opposite. Then I will draw the emergent ray of violet color. Emergent ray of violet color. So this is the emergent ray of violet color. When you will produce it back, it appears to come from here. This is the emergent ray of violet color. It's clear. For this, what will be the angle of deviation? So you can see here angle of deviation will be this angle. Here this angle. This will be del V. It's clear. This will be del V. This point is clear. This angle will be the angle of deviation for violet color. Now, these two emergent rays are meeting at O. This is the angle of dispersion. This is the angular dispersion. Angular dispersion between, for white light, between red and violet color, and its value will depend upon what? Will depend upon the quality of the print. Its value will depend upon the quality of the print. On that quality it will depend. It is clear? Now see here, if you name this triangle as OXY, OXY, here I named it as OXY. It depends upon the quality of the fringe. Flint glass produces greater dispersion, crown glass producing less. Flint glass, greater dispersion, greater, more the angle, more will be the dispersion. Greater dispersion, and crown glass, smaller dispersion. Now see here, if you see this triangle OXY, this angle is exterior. Exterior equals to sum of interior opposite. No, not this is not exterior. This del V will be exterior. I am drawing separately this and this diagram. You can see here, if you make this triangle separately, here it is like this. This angle is del V, and here it was del R, so this is also del R, and this is theta. So see here, this is the exterior angle. Exterior equals to sum of interior opposite. Sum of interior opposite means del V equals to theta plus del R. Theta plus del R. So see here, from here you can see del V equals to theta plus del R. So what is the theta? Angular dispersion. Theta will be del V minus del R. This is the angular dispersion of white light between red and violet color. Angular dispersion of white light between red and violet color. Now there is a term dispersive power. Dispersive power, which means denoted by the symbol omega. So what is dispersive power? So dispersive power of an optical medium. Dispersive मतलब कितना डिस्पर्स कर सकता है. Dispersive power of an optical medium is defined as ratio of angular dispersion to the deviation suffered by mean ray of light, mean color ray of light. Now see here, what is its meaning? Dispersive power of an optical medium is defined as the ratio of angular dispersion to the deviation suffered by mean color ray of light. So see here, what is the mean color? So in the white light spectrum, yellow color is considered the mean color. In the white light spectrum, this is the white light spectrum. This yellow color is considered the mean color. It's clear. Yellow color is considered mean color. It's clear. It is considered the mean color. So what will be dispersive power omega? It will be theta upon del y. Theta upon del y. It's clear. Dispersive power of an optical medium is defined as the ratio of angular dispersion to the deviation suffered by the mean ray of light. Deviation suffered by the mean ray of light. Now this you can also write in this way, as you know that theta is what? Theta equals to del V minus del R. So it is del V minus del R upon del Y. So this is the formula of the dispersive power. Formula of the dispersive power. It's clear. Now, if the prism is thin, in a special case, we will determine one more formula when the prism is thin. It's clear. So for a thin prism, though that is not required, but you can see here. For a thin prism, means for which A is nearly 5 degree. It's clear, or less than that. So we know the relation del equals to mu minus 1 into A or n minus 1 into A. So what will be del V? It will be mu V minus 1 into A. Mu V means refractive index of violet color. Del R will be mu R minus 1 into A. So what is del V minus del R? When you will subtract this, from here, what will happen? You take out mu V minus 1, subtracting minus mu R plus 1 into E. So it will be mu V minus mu R into E. And del Y, it will be equal to mu Y minus 1 into E. So what will be dispersive power omega? It is del V minus del R upon del Y. Substitute here. So del V minus del R is this. So it is equals to mu V minus mu R into E divided by mu Y minus 1 into E. A and A cancel. Means what will be the dispersive power in case of the thin prism? So in case of the thin prism, it will be equal to what? Omega equals to mu V minus mu R upon mu Y minus 1. But this will be used only for thin prism. Otherwise, we will use this one, which we have reduced earlier. It's clear? This part. So this is the dispersive power. Now see here, what is the unit of dispersive power? So it has no unit. It has no unit because it is what? It is the ratio of two angles. This is an angle as well as this is also an angle. Therefore, it has no unit. Now see here, there are some numericals here in your book over this. At what angle should a ray of light be incident on the face of the prism of refracting angle 60 degree? A is given 60 degree and you have to find angle I, so that it just suffers total internal reflection at the other face. Just suffering TIR at the other face. Refractive index of the prism is given 1.524. Means if you make the diagram, it will be like this. At what angle it fall on this face, so that it just suffers total internal reflection at the other face. तो देख लो वो कब होगा जब क्या है, ये जो रिफ्रैक्टेड रे है वो ग्लास एयर इंटरफेस पर किस एंगल पर पड़े, क्रिटिकल एंगल. इसलिए this refracted ray falls upon the glass air interface at the critical angle. It's clear. Here you draw the normal, it should be equal to the critical angle. ये critical angle के बराबर होना चाहिए. जब ये critical angle के बराबर होगा, then what will happen? This is the normal. So it will go grazing to the surface, means it will go like this. Here it is going along this. This is clear or not? So see here, you can write this, the same thing. This what is what the ray will just suffer. This we say at just suffering TIR. It's clear. The ray will just suffer the emergent ray. The emergent ray will just suffer TIR when refracted ray fall upon other face at critical angle. Critical angle. As angle of incidence. Means critical angle, angle of incidence होना चाहिए. So see here, we will determine IC. This we have to determine this angle. But firstly, we will determine IC. This angle is given 60 degree. So see here, what will be IC? You can, you know, here mu equals to 1 upon sine IC. So what is sine IC here? 1 upon mu. What is mu here? 1 upon 1.524. So you simplify and determine the value. Now this should be at degree. Here there should be degree. So 1 divided by 1.524. It comes out this. Then you have to see sine inverse, because IC equals to sine inverse 1 upon 1.524. So how will you see the sine inverse? So shift and then you press the button of sine and then answer. So equals to 41 degree. IC equals to 41 degree. Now see here, from here you know that the sum of this angle and this angle is equal to what? Angle of prism. If you know this and this will be equal to 60. This is R. So see here, as from diagram, R plus IC equals to 60 degree. So R equals to 60 minus IC, that is equals to 60 minus 41, that is equals to 19 degree. R equals to 19 degree. This angle is equal to 19 degree. And this is 19. So once again you apply the formula of mu. mu equals to sin I upon sin R. So since at first phase mu equals to sin I upon sin R, you simplify. Mu is given 1.524 equals to sin I upon sin R is 19 degree. So you find out sin I 1.524 into sin 19 degrees. You simplify. So it comes out 0.4962. It's clear. So what will be I? It is sine inverse 962. This is 29.7 degree. This will be the angle of incidence. 29.7 degree. It's clear. यहाँ पर उसको क्या किया गया 45 मिनट. कैसे ये 45 मिनट आ गया? 1 degree equals to 60 minutes. Therefore, 0.7 degree equals to 60 into 0.7, that is equals to 42 minutes. आया समझे? हमने पूरा एग्जैक्टली लिया था तो वो इतना आया है. आया समझे? -29 कर दें और फिर क्या करते हैं पूरे में निकालेंगे तो वो आ जाएगा एग्जैक्ट आंसर. So this way you can do